What's up, you guys? Happy birthday to me. I have been gone for like the past 10 days celebrating my birthday in peace, and I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed my little break from YouTube and from social media, but I'm back, baby. I'm back, and I'm here to talk about Kenya Moore. I want to say she was expelled from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya Moore was expelled from this season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta because of what she did to get back at Britt. And I feel like Britt is a whole case study in herself. Britt apparently was into some other things when she was younger. She's been saying that this whole time. When she was younger, she was into some other things, which I think plays into the reason Kenya wasn't invited back this season. If Britt is saying, she did these photographs and videos and things like that when she was in high school, when she was a teenager, I think that's the reason why Kenya is being punished so hard. But in this video, we're going to get into Kenya's farewell message, her farewell message to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Ta-ta for now, because I do think she'll be back next season. After seeing everything play out, I think Kenya Moore will be back next season. But we're going to get into her farewell message, and we're going to get into the public reaction to everything that happened with Kenya last night on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But first, if you're watching this channel and you haven't yet subscribed, I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take for you to subscribe, but go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notifications. Everyone, if you like this type of content, Real Housewives of Atlanta, I also cover Real Housewives of Potomac. I do celebrity news and nostalgia. If you like this type of content, go ahead and click the thumbs up button and share this video, because sharing is caring. So share this video with your friends. All right, guys. So let's start with Kenya Moore. She made a post, basically a farewell post to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you saw the episode last night, you saw everything play out. We've been waiting for months for everything to play out, and everything that Kenya said happened did happen. But Kenya posted this from her event, from her grand opening of her beautiful spa. Her spa is so beautiful. I keep hearing that it's closed. When people ride by, it's closed, which is a shame because it's so beautiful. Whether people are getting their hair done there or using it for an event space, you can tell it's a beautiful space. And Kenya Moore definitely has a career in like interior decorating, interior design. That is her calling because it is beautiful. So she posted some clips from her grand opening, and she said, "You have been my besties for the last 12 years, and I love and appreciate you so much. Last year, you cried with me when all of my hard work from the salon was cut by production and none of it was shown." So she did a soft launch. Last year, she did a similar opening to this, not a grand opening, but like a soft launch, and it wasn't covered. I don't know why. That's the real tea. The reason it wasn't covered by Real Housewives of Atlanta hasn't been revealed, but from what I've heard, it was not. It was no drama. Like it was all positivity the first time she did her opening, and so Real Housewives of Atlanta didn't cover it. But now that she had some drama, they covered it. But she said, "I want to thank all of my friends who showed up for me and who support me on a regular basis and who love me down. My glam team never gets it wrong. They don't. They don't. I can't lie. Archives of Will, 901 Weave Slayer, Whipped by Kiera, and Miss Lawrence. Miss Lawrence, thank you for gracing us with your presence. You are a star. I hope to turn our segment into a TV show, God willing." So they had a segment with Miss Lawrence and I forget his friend's name, but they used to have like an after show on Bravo. But Kenya had a segment with Miss Lawrence, and Miss Lawrence was giving her credit for basically showing her how to do a real weave. Even though Kenya Moore, she represents for the natural girly. When it comes to a weave, she showed him how to put clip-ons on top of that track and give it some volume. And he said it changed his business. It changed his business. And so he was thanking her for that. And apparently she wants to do another show with him on Bravo. She said, "Special thanks to my event planner, Events by Monet, who always throws the most stunning events. Thank you to the gorgeous models who helped make Kenya Moore hair care so iconic. And to the cast of RHOA season 16. I wish you all an incredible season. To my friends and family, thanks for loving me, flaws and all. Thank you to all the stunning women who have patronized Kenya Moore Hair Spa. I love making you look beautiful. Love and blessings to all of you." Praying hand emojis and the twirl, the tornado emoji. So we see Miss Lawrence in the comments, Norman Baker, Claudia Jordan. I'm looking for Portia. Um, I see Dennis. Dennis said Detroit. Okay, stand up, Detroit. Latoya, Dr. Contessa. I don't see Portia. I see Lisa, Shamia, Sheree. I don't see Portia. And I follow Portia. So it would be here if Portia had commented. Same thing with Cynthia. And so this is Kenya's farewell for now. Again, I don't know. After seeing everything play out, I don't think she's banned from the show. I think it's just this season. But I also want to get into what Britt Edie had to say and what Portia had to say about the situation, and then we'll get into the public reaction. All right, yeah. So this is Britt Edie's Instagram. Did she just twirl? Did she just twirl? Let me go back to it. Don't tell me Britt Edie is twirling. Yeah, she's twirling on her Instagram. Britt Edie made a post. Right now, the caption says, I'm still standing strong no matter what. But it used to stay still here. All right, so this is the original caption. It used to say, and I'm still here. So when you look at the comment section, you'll see people responded to the original caption, and I'm still here, referring to Kenya being gone and her still being here. And then she has a trophy and the chest thing. So you see people responding in her comments, like Portia saying still fire, which I've always said time and time again, water seeks its level. So Britt Edie, Portia, right about here, you see them, meeting each other, meeting in the middle. And Britt Edie saying negativity will be blocked. Enjoy your day. Tune in tonight. And you see comments supporting her. You see a lot of people supporting her, but again, she's blocking the people that don't support her. So before we get into the comments, like the public reaction, I want to know what y'all think. What do y'all think about Britt Edie apparently not being punished for the threat she made towards Kenya Moore, which we have verified she was talking about Kenya. She was talking about Kenya and a pow pow in the same sentence. And what do y'all think about Kelly? Kelly saying that she didn't hear Britt threaten a pow pow when Britt said it to her. In that conversation, when Britt was talking about a pow pow, she was talking to Kelly. Because earlier in that day, they were talking about security because they were going to be in Bankhead. And apparently Bankhead is not the best neighborhood. So they were talking about security before the event. And then after the event, Kelly and her were again talking about security. But Britt was talking about security in case of Kenya. She was like, I don't want to turn my back on Kenya. I got a pow pow for Kenya. When her husband asked her what's wrong, she said Kenya. So we've already confirmed and clarified that she was putting Kenya and pow pow in the same sentence, and it was a threat. So y'all leave your comments about that, and let's go ahead and get into the public reactions. All right, so the first one I wanted to share is from Kenya's friend who was at the event. Her on the internet says AK Go Bang, but this is her friend that she wanted to be like a friend of the show on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she's been on the show previously. And she said, all I'm gonna say is you were provoked and antagonized for 4 episodes, and you were the best version of yourself during every single encounter with every single cast member. And shout out to KC for reposting her comment, capturing and reposting her comment. She said Kenya was the best version of herself this season up until this point. And she said the moment the threat was made was the moment action should have been taken. Instead, you were called a liar and told you didn't hear what you heard. That's why I say that's where the gaslighting came in. Kenya was told that she didn't hear what she heard regarding the pow pow. She said, everyone involved played in your face. So what's a girl to do? I don't blame you for taking matters into your own hands and finding out where the skeletons are buried. And they're not very, very deep. With Britt Edie, she had something to do with Stevie J and some type of kitty litter cabaret. That's all I can call it, a kitty litter cabaret, where she talked about having whips then. And so whatever she was doing was not hard to find, apparently. So her friend said, while I'm here, a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. And don't stab me and then try to control the bleeding. So basically saying, which we all saw, Britt did come at her first. And it seemed like Britt wanted some friendship, some type of sisterly relationship with her. And Kenya was treating her like someone she just met. And meanwhile, Britt's own sister was trying to have like a sisterly relationship with her. But Britt is so focused on Kenya that she's ignoring her sister. It's really weird to watch. And I feel like Britt A lot of what's going on with Brit has to do with her trying to come up. Like she doesn't want to be seen as classless. And that's why Kenya calling her a peasant, it really took her aback. Like she was really doing all of that and making all those type of threats. Like, you're gonna respect me, you're gonna respect me, over Kenya calling her a peasant. And we know that nothing else was called out or cut out, because when her husband was asking her what's wrong, she was saying, Kenya called me a peasant. So apparently that's all Kenya did, was call her a peasant, and it caused that type of reaction, because Britt is trying to go from being in Stevie J's kitty litter cabaret to being, a higher class. She's trying to level up, glow up, whatever y'all call it, and she wants to be respected as a wife. Respect the ring. That's what she's on. And so people are sharing their reactions on social media. This person, Brian, said, so Kenya Moore sharing internet screenshots is enough for Bravo to cease filming with her. But Britt threatening her with the pow pow the week prior was not concerning behavior to Bravo. Okay, girl, bye. Bye. Bye, Bravo. Shout out to Kempire. Kempire said it's clear HR got up in Britt's behind after those pistol comments. So this episode was about her cleaning that up and apologizing. I wouldn't be shocked that production bought those flowers too. Of course they did. Of course, production bought the flowers. Of course, production knew what Kenya was about to do. Like, each of the reality TV stars are assigned a producer. We all know that. So production knew what Kenya was about to do. I don't think it was a surprise to anyone. She had it blown up. Like, those poster boards were large, and I don't think it was a surprise to production. It just didn't go over well. Bravo's prison pipeline. Bravo's prison pipeline said, I hate how Kenya retaliated, but the way Bravo handled this, to me, was unfair. Two people should have lost their peach, which I agree. For this season, it should have been both. Brit should have been gone first. When she's threatened that pow pow, she should have been gone first, because they can easily rewind the tape and say, that's against our policies. That type of violence is against our policies. We're no longer going to film with you. But instead, they ignored it. Apparently, they gaslit Kenya, and Kenya felt she had to take things into her own hands to, I guess, basically trigger Brit even more. So she would go even further with her threats, and then maybe Bravo would fire her. But in any case, I felt like Bravo should have gotten rid of both of them. Someone else, Brandon, said, just a reminder, Tamara coaxed her deranged son on a drunken Gretchen. Heavenly called Greg what she called him. Portia and Phaedra accused Candy of what they accused her of. Sandoval allegedly shared pics of Raquel in her birthday suit. And Giselle alleged that Chris, Candace's husband, tried to push up on her. And she also alleged that he physically assaulted someone. All of them are still employed. He didn't mention Ashley's husband, though. He didn't mention Ashley's husband. That's the main culprit. But in any case, someone else said, a lot of y'all are just delusional. No one did anything to Kenya. Britt realized she was wrong and made a gesture to thoughtfully apologize. It's Kenya's event, and she decided to ruin it. Even seeing Britt leave, she still felt it was appropriate to do what she did. Someone else, Cunty, says you can't threaten someone with pow violence and dictate how they respond to that threat. Britt took it to the gutter, and Kenya fast-tracked the BS to hell. Okay. And by the way, you guys, if this dress looks familiar, it's Fashion Nova. The dress that Drew Sidora had on last night. I actually had that dress. I bought it as one of my birthday dresses. Someone else said, I totally get why Kenya is mad. However, out of all of the days to get back at a fool, you choose your store opening. This don't make no sense. And I'm thinking she chose her store opening because last season when she had her store opening and there was no drama, Bravo didn't play it. So I'm thinking she's like, okay, I have to have drama at my store opening for Bravo to show it. So let me create some drama. That's what I'm thinking. Someone else said, can you really ruin her entire beautiful event by making it about a weirdo fan who's obsessed with her and now she's out of a job? This is too much. And I think this is what it all comes down to. Britt Eady is a fan. She admitted on the show in one of the confessionals where one of the producers was kind of coaxing her and asking her, did you have a preconceived notion about Kenya? She admitted that she did. And even when Portia was talking to her, she was saying, I know Kenya, people have a preconceived notion about Kenya that she's going to come in, and twirl on you, you know, but that's not Kenya at this point. Like, Kenya is going through a divorce. She's a new person. She don't care about you. That's what Portia was trying to tell Britt Eady. Like, you're making something out of nothing because Kenya is giving you nothing. But it played out the way it played out so far. I think it's going to be a different season next season. I think personally that Kenya is coming back. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the way things played out. Now that we're able to see everything on screen, like we see the threat, we see what Kenya did, we see most of what we need to see on screen. What are y'all's thoughts? What do y'all think about Kenya doing what she did? What do y'all think about Britt Eady doing what she did in light of her own sister trying to have a relationship with her? What do y'all think about her being obsessed with Kenya? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlists and my podcasts, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.